It was hugely controversial and massively hated by much of the public and the press. What is it that drew you to her?
She was only hated in England, not the rest of the world. So,
what is it that drew you to her, and why did you sympathise? What do you identify with her?
Well, I didn't make the movie because I identified with her so much. I really was fascinated by their love story. I wanted to understand what it was about her, what she possessed, what special qualities she had that would make a man give up the most powerful position in the world. I was trying to understand the essence of their relationship, and is there any such thing as the greatest romance? So it was more from a sort of a philosophical point of view than because I related so much to who she was.
I think throughout history loves to blame the women. Do you?
Yes. Well, I think that we're uncomfortable with women who don't fit into conventional archetypes, and she certainly didn't. She wasn't conventionally beautiful, and she was divorced twice, and she didn't fit into the mold. You know what I mean? And she was over the age of 40, and people just thought they didn't get it, they didn't understand it. But how could they? They didn't spend time. They didn't try to know her. So they jumped to conclusions.
Madonna!
We love you! We love you!
In search of that.
Madonna! Madonna! Wait. I love you!
Madonna! Gente, a Madonna tá aqui na minha frente, olha.
Madonna, I love you!
Madonna! I don't wanna hear.
I love you. Madonna! Please, I love you too!
Madonna!
Madonna!
Babes, thank you, darling.
You're the best, I love you!
I love you so much.
same expectations of everyone else as I do of myself. So my expectations are high for everyone, but mostly for me.
And it's no surprise Madonna has such high expectations. When you have that many number ones under your belt and can also direct a Golden Globe nominated movie, you know you're a superstar. But Maj says, despite this, she's still learning.
Well, when you make a film, you have to deal with the word no in a very graceful way all day long. You have to learn how to be the general of an army and direct everyone and support creativity and be a leader and also allow for surprises. And it really requires you to be working on the left and the right side of your brain at all times and to survive on very little sleep. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
She's incredibly passionate about anything that she turns her mind to.
Brilliantly hard worker, somebody with a wonderfully smart mind, incredibly high standards.
She's very enthusiastic.
Charming, strong.
Very in tune emotionally with people around her. Inspiring. She's a woman that doesn't really take not possible for an answer.
Who could they be talking about? Well, considering we are at the WE premiere, it could only be Madonna. After working with her, did you find out anything you thought, God, not many people know that?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, if you give her a sugary snack, she becomes a bit indiscreet.
She's just a human being. And she's got a family and she's got the same concerns.
A sense of humour. She's a funny woman. Dry sense of humour. Maybe she's been in Britain too long. She's very funny.
What does MDNA stand for?
Madonna.
Okay, thank you. And with a cheeky wink, the Queen of Pop was off. Of course, her new album title, MDNA, stands for Madonna. Duh, we definitely weren't thinking about anything else.
I just like the play on words. Triple entendre.
Okay. Reports say Madonna's new music will be out next month, but the star kept stum at her premiere for WE.
I think it's going to be an exciting year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everybody. I'm sorry.
Madonna fans went wild when the Queen of Pop appeared on the red carpet for the premiere of her royal romance, WE. The film focuses on the affair between King Edward and American divorcee Wallis Simpson. The singer said she was fascinated by the love story and thought it spoke on many levels to the audience.
The movie explores lots of things, that there's no such thing as perfect love, that all love requires compromise or sacrifice. That's one. The other would be that nothing is what it seems, because we can look at a story from the outside and think that it's one thing, but once we start investigating and peeling back the layers, we understand that it's something completely different. It's just like getting to know a human being. What you thought of them the first day is not what you think of them a year later. So I hope that people leave the film thinking, wow, that's, with a whole new perspective on the story, and thinking of them as human beings.
And her leading actors were full of praise for her directing skills.
I went to meet Madonna, having sent me the script, and she was so passionate and so clear about the story she wanted to tell, and so well equipped to tell it, and so well prepared that really, after that point, I didn't think twice.
I felt mainly responsibility to try and serve the story that Madonna wanted to tell. I've done a lot of research and read a lot of different books, and honestly, there's a lot of conflicting stories about both Edward and Wallis and them as a couple. This is just one version of their story.
The film's released throughout the UK on the 20th of January.
Well, Madonna has walked the red carpet at the London premiere of her new movie about the romance between King Edward and Wallis Simpson. While the singer wowed the fans, the critics were less impressed.
The
Material Girl needed an extra layer tonight as she presented herself not only as WE's director, but as a woman sticking up for one vilified in history for stealing the heart of a king.
She never really had the chance to defend herself. I think that she was a very complex woman, but I think she was a very interesting woman, a very intelligent woman, and I don't think that she's ever been able to sort of have her day in court, so I'm here to defend her.
David, let's stop all this talk about marriage. It frightens me and I can't see any good coming of it.
If she identifies with the woman at the heart of the abdication crisis, the American divorcee Wallis Simpson, for whom King Edward VIII gave up the throne, some critics have already identified her take on the story as a flop, even suggesting she should stick to what she does best.
So there's no reason why Madonna, this great revolutionary pop star, should turn out to be a great filmmaker.
The critics may have been unimpressed, but one Wallis expert says Madonna's film should be welcomed as an end at last to the demonisation of Mrs. Simpson.
She certainly was manipulative, she was brash, but I do think we owe it to her to understand her.
Too sweet.
Wallis and Edward.
Madonna says she's untroubled by the critical mauling her film has received. She's simply on a mission to restore the reputation of Mrs. Simpson. Nina Nanar, 7 News.
Madonna, we think that you can do absolutely everything.
Oh,
But
except sleep. Yes.
were you nervous when you went on set on the first day?
Oh my God, I was so nervous. Yes, I just saw all these big burly crew guys looking at me, and I thought, oh God, now I have to win their respect. And yeah, I was super nervous.
And now it's done. Are you pleased? Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Yeah, I am.
Did you take advice from anyone?
Some people, yeah, some people, but I tried to stay true to my own voice more than anything.
And you've already spoken about love. How important is love? Finding one who's still you're romantic in that sense?
Completely and utterly most important thing in the world.
Okay, thank you on that note. Sure. Speaking of love.